Mark, it's good to see you again, my friend. And for the legions of fans that you have, personally, of course, we're talking about the site. They're going to love this interview because they really stick around a while and they keep coming back because they get what they want and so much more. How do you describe the site to somebody that's never been there before?
We're a travel search engine and a travel marketplace in that we will show as many options for air, hotel, and car, which will help travelers travel.
Yeah.
We were set up in the early 2000s by three skiers, and they were in a bar at Edinburgh, and they struggled with, I can't compare flight prices. So they came up with the idea of Skyscanner of actually showing and combining air prices online, and that then evolved to become the global travel company we are today.
But that being said, I mean, can we go back to the days of, this is a relatively new industry because this information is really coming together. In the good old days, it was this pocket of information here in this pocket. And then we started to see places like Expedia and Priceline and Orbitz and Travelocity. And then there's the kayaks of the world and hotels.com. I mean, how does Skyscanner play in that space? How did we get to where we are today?
So Skyscanner is different in that we connect to low-cost carriers, legacy carriers, holiday charters, online travel agents like hotels.com, like Expedia, like Priceline, and that creates a whole of market travel search experience. Yeah. And that's where the phrase meta search comes from. So, and we're very transparent with the data, with how you can search within the platform. So it's effectively a whole of market travel search engine.
Got it. So is there a more comprehensive travel search engine out there that you're aware of? I mean, do you even have competitors in your comp set? Are there other companies that do this?
There are other companies that do this, but I don't believe there are many who have equal or better than coverage of travel options than Skyscanner has. It's one of our it's something we've been doing since we were established, is building supply, and that effectively becomes your IP, all the connections you have, and it takes a very long time to connect the volume of partners we work with, and we work with over 1,200.
Yeah.
To connect those partners, to then optimize those connections and keep them stable and accurate and all the rest. So it's quite a lot of work.
But again, I think it's worth noting that Skyscanner really, as far as I can tell, is here to connect a consumer with someone who is selling travel product, be that an airline seat, a hotel room, a resort room, whatever it is. You win when they win.
So we connect travelers with our partners. Yeah. We surface the fares because we connect to their API. We surface them on Skyscanner. They can either transact within the Skyscanner domain, or they will deep link across to the partner site. Mm-hmm. And that's the business we're in. We're very transparent with what we show, and that's how the mechanism works. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's incredibly complex, but also incredibly simple. It's not difficult to understand, because one of the things that you guys do, you certainly keep data on, what are the current trends? How are we traveling in our current situation? Here it is, the beginning of the year. We have a new president. We know what the school schedule is thus far, at least for the rest of the year. What are the trends that you guys are seeing in terms of booking?
So what we're seeing is obviously a shift towards domestic travel. We see the travel trends are normalizing. Obviously, whenever the pandemic broke out, there was probably more lookers than bookers. Mm-hmm. What we see now is people are planning more. Booking horizons are normalizing. So people will book and then travel within 30 days, whereas pre-pandemic, it was maybe within 10 days. We see trends towards, destinations such as Orlando this year, because last year probably was more challenging.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 50-year anniversary of Disney World. So you can imagine families getting ready to take their kids and go, let's experience Disney on the 50th anniversary.
Right.
We see trends towards Mexico. It's becoming a really, popular place. And then, the usual big states, Vegas, LA, Chicago, New York. You can imagine friends wanting to get together on the strip in Vegas and go enjoy the casinos and stuff.
Right.
Those types of things.
And are you guys seeing that long haul, at least from the United States, the longer haul, the hop over the pond, the Caribbean, is that still staying a little on the flat side?
It's definitely it's down, but people are still traveling to those destinations. Their airlines are still flying there. We just advise travelers to, consult with guidelines, with government guidelines, health guidelines. If they need to take a test or if there's a travel corridor, make sure that they plan for that. If they need to quarantine, perhaps consult with our COVID guideline map, or our COVID guideline page, or our Where's Open map, which will tell you about quarantine and travel corridors and stuff. So we're building the product to try and give that transparency of information to help travelers if they're traveling to destinations where there may be restrictions or it may be unfamiliar, that they're better informed to get there safely and not to have any surprises or challenges in their journey or when they arrive.
I want to go back to certainly a first-time person using Skyscanner, and I think it's a really important point of distinction. If I go on and search for some airfare, you name it, and the search result comes up with, I don't care, Alitalia. If I go to alitalia.com, will that price be the same as what I'll find on Skyscanner?
It should be.
What a great answer, right? That's the way it was designed. That's great. It's true though. Like, that's an honest answer.
We work, our engineering teams tirelessly work to ensure that the prices a traveler will see on Skyscanner are as accurate as possible. Now, you can imagine, pre-pandemic, Skyscanner would receive 100 million visitors per month.
Not exactly a small number.
Doing tons of searches. So we do have caching rules where we'll save the price on certain booking horizons. So if you're searching to travel tomorrow, we probably won't have a caching rule. We'll live update. But if you're searching to travel in 30, 60 days time, we'll probably save that price for a certain period, maybe 24 hours. And at times that can lead to slight inaccuracies, but we optimize it and we test it. And we've been doing this for a very, very long time, many years. So we believe our fares are very accurate.
Well, again, this speaks directly to, it's not Skyscanner. It's partially Skyscanner, but it's also the 1,200 people you work with. You'd like to think that they have their act together 99.9% of the time, but you guys have to adapt and figure out what they're presenting and making sure that all works together. And that's what the engineers do all day and all night, 24 hours a day. Because at the end of the day, does it matter if I book that Alitalia ticket with you or with Alitalia direct?
So either you will be booking with them because Skyscanner isn't the merchant of record. We have a technology called direct booking, which enables a traveler to book within the Skyscanner domain. So we will build the funnel for them. Because obviously Skyscanner is a global travel search engine.
Yep.
We have over 30 different domains. So if you're a traveler in Skyscanner Spain, for example, for Alitalia, we can build a funnel which is seamless, localized, transactional, all in Spanish for Alitalia, so they can transact within the Skyscanner domain.
And if you don't mind me asking, this is certainly for somebody who's watching this going, I've never been there, but I'm going to go now. How does Skyscanner make money?
So we make money through our commissions from partners. So we'll take a small commission for a sale that we would generate from the Skyscanner domain, plus advertising revenues
and that comes from them, not the traveler, right? Again, back to
so we would never charge the traveler, and we would never add that commission onto the fare. So it would always be deducted from the fare.
Cool. Mark, thanks for this. Will you come back and visit and keep giving us updates on how we're doing?
Absolutely, Eric. It'd be great to chat to you again. Well, thanks for taking the time. I love the channel, and look forward to seeing you again.
Shoot, I mean, we do this all day long. And tell me more about me. It's one of my favorite subjects.
Thanks, Eric.